Those Keebler Fun Stripes are delicious. She's right here just laughing at me. No, actually today's video is all about a Q&A video. It's been requested over the last few weeks here, so I figured I'd go ahead and do so. Got 9 videos I compiled out together here, and I'm just gonna go over them with you guys. Finally able to do this outside. Figured it's time to try. I can't really decide yet. It's either gonna be the Summer Ale Samuel Adams, or it's gonna be the Leinenkugel Orange Shandy. Darlin, what do you think? What is your opinion? Which beer should it be? Orange Shandy or Summer Ale?
Anything.
Which one?
Orange Shandy.
Orange Shandy. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, okay, there we go. That one is really, really good. Can't have this beer till it's at least 65 degrees though, in my opinion. It's like if you get a Blue Moon and you already put 2 of the orange slices in when you open it up. That's what I think. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another WaterHopin episode. Before we get into today's video, if you haven't already, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and maybe drop some feedback in the comment section as well if this is some kind of video that you guys enjoyed, something you guys might want to see more of in the future, anything like that. We're finally outside. It's finally, I don't know, I think mid-low 60s right now. Tomorrow is supposed to be even better. We're talking high mid-70s tomorrow towards the afternoon, and way, way overdue. This is Easter weekend. We're finally recording. Apologies for not having a video out in the last couple weeks. I don't know if I have any clips of it, but last weekend we got like 4 inches of snow here locally, and it was absolutely ridiculous. I don't even want to think about that weekend anymore as the future progresses whatsoever. But what today's video is all about is we're going to be doing a Q&A today, and basically I got 9 questions I compiled here from what you guys have requested on some of my videos, and we're just going to go ahead and roll through those. So let's start with question number 1. Brandon McElroy asked, with the motor kept straight, can you lean turn at all? And basically what he meant by that, I think, is if I can just lean side to side in the kayak and be able to change the direction it's going at all. And I can say it's possible, but now that I'm comfortable with the system, I never ever really lock the motor straight. I have been using the handle to make my adjustments whenever it comes to steering and anything like that. I think when I first got into the kayak with the motor, it was a little uncomfortable just because it was something new and something I hadn't done before. But now that I've gotten comfortable with it, anytime I'm trying to make it maybe even quick adjustments, I'll grab the paddle if anything, but I don't really lean turn, to answer that question quick and short. Alright, question number 2. Outdoors Obsessions asked, where in the Midwest are you located? Where do you fish from? So I'm from the Chicagoland area, more specifically the northwest suburbs, same area as some other YouTubers you guys guaranteed have watched way before me. John B, AP Basson, Chris Boulaw, they're all pretty much right in this vicinity where I make all my videos. In fact, a lot of the lakes you guys have seen me fish on are some of the very same lakes these guys fished before they all moved down to Texas and did their big Guggen Squad deal. But yeah, that's the area I'm from, in case you guys are curious. Question number 3. OD Newdili? Wow, that's a weird name. OD Newdili asked, please make a video demoing them using my outriggers. And do they throw off the balance when they're up? Thanks for sharing. Well, thank you for the comment, first of all. And I'm working on doing a demo with the outriggers. I've shown me using them in a lot of my previous videos, but I never really have shown a video exclusively where I'm on the water trying to show their limitations and just how well they work. I've never done that individually. Trust me, that's in the works, but I'm waiting until it's warm enough so that if I do fall in the water, which inevitably probably will happen, I want the water to be warm enough so that I'm not falling in and basically getting borderline hypothermia. As for throwing off the balance when they're up, they absolutely do throw off the balance when they're up. That's why instead of when I have them down, if I have brought them with me for the day when I'm not going to use them, usually I just pull them out of the flagpole holders and I stuff them in this bungee system that I have right behind me. It's just the bungees that come over your rear well storage. Most kayaks come with them. I just slide them underneath there. That way my balance is not thrown up when they're up vertical like this, and works out perfect that way. Question number 4, Ergo Online asked, how do you work out the weight distribution between the front and the back? What's the pound thrust rating on the motor versus the overall rate of the kayak? Or weight of the kayak, apologies. Well, simply put, I picked a very large battery to go with this kayak, an SRM 31 deep cycle interstate 90 amp hour battery. And it, simply put, it's a hog. It's a really, really big battery, and I knew that with the weight of the motor plus me and the battery and all that combined, I knew that I had to spread it out a little bit, so I ended up just extending the battery cable. I can do a whole nother video talking about that, but I will link the video talking about the battery setup somewhere up here. I'll put a card for you guys. You guys can go check that out, click the link. It'll take you right to there where I talk about how I extended the battery cable in order to put the battery up in the front of my kayak, which is about 9 feet away from where the motor itself is. Basically, the battery is 56 pounds. My kayak is about 53 pounds. Plus all the gear without the battery that I put onto the kayak is about another 18 to 20 pounds. My kayak can easily support about 330 pounds. I've had myself and my girlfriend Caitlin in the kayak fishing together out of that same kayak before I did this whole motor build, so that's how I knew we wouldn't be running into any whatsoever issues with this when it came to the build. And sure enough, it turned out to be true. It turned out pretty freaking amazing. Question number 5, Alan Outdoors asked, great video, man, do you like the great video, man, do you like the chest or the head best for your camera? And basically he was asking about if I prefer using the chest mount or the head mount better for when I'm making my videos. The quick answer is I actually find both of them to be useful. Whenever I'm trying to really give the audience an idea of exactly what I'm looking at in the moment, maybe sight fishing, or when I'm up in the tree stand looking around panning the forest area, I find the head mount to be very useful in that instance. But when I'm doing things like pond hopping or shore fishing, things like that, I actually tend to find the chesty more useful. It's just better for fishing. You can see the hands. It just seems to work better that way. So quick answer, both of them definitely serve their purpose. Question number 6, Dave S. asked, great video, man. Have you ever looked at the bags that Summit sells for their climbers? So this comment was on my video where I was doing my first climb, and he basically was just questioning about these saddle bags that Summit makes to replace the use for a backpack when you're going out into the field. And the quick answer is yes, I have looked into the saddlebags. Hello, darling. There we
Here
go.
she is.
Yeah.
The famous Coda, who basically is a wolf.
Yeah. Oh.
She is beautiful. Say hello. I know you hate this.
She hates it. We'll let.
Okay, go explore. Go in.
All right, where are we at? Have I looked at the bags that Summit makes for their climbers? The quick answer is yes, I have looked into that. Right now, it doesn't seem like that's something I could go into, although I do want to do it, basically because I also have to bring my camera gear with me, and that collection is just ever growing. Actually, since last season, I didn't own a DSLR before the last hunting season. Now I will own one of those going into this hunting season, so that's a whole nother plethora of equipment that I'm going to have to bring with me out into the stands and out into the field. So pretty much I probably, as of this year, have to stick with the backpack. We'll see if we can figure something else out in the future though. Yes, I have looked into them though. They're very cool, and if you don't need to carry all that camera equipment and stuff out into the field like I do, look into those saddlebags because it's really nice, and we're all about saving weight for those long treks into the woods. So if you want to save some pounds and not bring the backpack, just bring, you know, the quick essentials in the saddlebag. Look into those by Summit. All right, question number 7. I don't have the screenshot. I forgot to save it, but I think his name was Ruben, asked what is WaterHopper, and basically that's actually what I named the channel off of. Originally it was the WaterHopper Ryan was the name of the channel, and now it's just WaterHopper. Basically, the way I define a WaterHopper is anyone who has an extreme enthusiasm for the outdoors, or is someone that always has basically their version of what they love about the outdoors on their mind. They're ready to go execute it at a moment's notice, For me, that's kayak fishing or just fishing in general. I always have my fishing gear with me, and now actually I always have like camping gear with me too. That's something that I've started to get really serious about and enjoy the heck out of in this recent year or two, is camping. So those two worlds are always with me. I'm always ready to go execute them, go out and do that. It's definitely something I really enjoy, especially when I go out with my girlfriend Caitlin. We do some really cool things up in Michigan as well, so expect a lot more of that stuff and more in the near future here with her right there. She's crossing the background, heading over towards her garden, it seems, or something of the sort. Butterfly. She found a butterfly in the background. But her and I, we do some great Michigan things, and definitely expect to see some more of that stuff in the future. So yeah, just a water hopper is anyone who's always got it on their mind. They're either that or they're always ready for it. You know, maybe you keep a tackle box in the back of your bed with one fishing rod all the time. That way, you know, when you're heading home from work, scooting along, and you see a nice little juicy little pond, you pull over and toss a frog for 10 minutes, that kind of thing. In my mind, that's what a water hopper is, and that's all it is. It's just anyone who always has the outdoors on their mind. All right, question number 8. Chris Baston asked, "Hey Ryan, great video. I don't know enough to give any critique, which is how I found your video to begin with. My question is, has your comfort level increased? Are you faster with climbing now? I plan to get a climber in 2019 and I am nervous just as you were in this video." He was commenting on the video where I did my first climb I ever did in my climber back in June of 2018 when I bought my climber. Went out and executed that, and definitely was nervous to do that when I went out and did that video. That video has actually succeeded pretty well. It's over 20,000 views now and like 200 likes, so thank you so much for the support on that video. But the quick answer is definitely, I'm definitely faster with the setup. One of the key things I've learned and figured out as things have progressed is that the process of things is super important. You know, what pocket do you keep this in? What do you do first? Hi Codis, what are you crying for? Why are you crying? What pocket do you keep certain items in? The process of the climb as you execute it, just knowing your plan before you get into things, I've found to be super important when it comes to setting up the tree stand and getting out, especially if you want to do it in the mornings before the sun is up. Just knowing your process is super important, especially when it's dark out before sunrise. It's just, I can't emphasize enough, just know what you're doing before you get out there. Have a plan. And another thing that's super helpful is knowing the tree that you're going to climb. If you know the tree and the adjustments you have to make in advance, that's something super helpful, and it can save you a lot of time, because when you're mid-climb and you have to make those adjustments, not recommended, not safe. You want to be able to adjust for that beforehand before you even start the climb. Question number 9, last question. Melvin Jones asked, "You said everything was zip tied to the crate, but I'm assuming the crate is not." He's saying to the kayak that I fish off of. How do you hook that up? Well, the quick answer is I have 3 threaded rods attached to my kayak, 2 that come through the bungee holders that are already existing on my rear well hatch on my kayak. We just put some threaded rods up through the bungee holes, and those do the first 2 front mounts on the kayak crate. The third one comes through the rear hatch right in the center, and it's another threaded rod. You lay the kayak crate down on top of all that and screw wing nuts down to the 3 spots, and that's how I attach my crate to the kayak. Alright guys, so that is gonna do it for the video today. If you guys enjoyed that video, please do me a favor and hit that like button for me. If you guys enjoyed this kind of video, I'll definitely do more of them. Something I never really mentioned before is that I like to try a whole bunch of different beers and things like that. So if you guys are interested, I could do a bunch of different tasting videos and things like that. Almost every week I'm trying something different. It's just kind of the way I like to roll. Drop a comment below if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys are excited for what's coming. You know, it's springtime, we're rolling into summer. Spawn is right around the corner here, especially in the Midwest. We're behind a lot of the country when it comes to bass fishing. A lot of you guys have already rolled through the spawn, already into post-spawn and thinking about just summer fishing in general. That's great and dandy, but right here in the Midwest, we're just rolling into the good times, and really excited to see what's going to happen this year just with all the adventures in general. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and yeah, keep water hopping guys, and I'll see you soon.
Go have some fun.